So what's going on, guys? It looks like Keith Thurman is desperate to fight Manny Pacquiao. He's mentioned several times about Pacquiao and wanting to fight him, and his desire wanting to fight somebody of Pacquiao's ilk. And I think it goes back to Keith Thurman when he first spoke about Mayweather. He said, how do you become a legend? You become a legend by creating your own legacy and having your own great career, or you become a legend by beating a legend. And he feels by beating a legend, he'll become a legend. So he wanted to fight Mayweather, but now that Mayweather's gone, Pacquiao's still there. He wants to fight Pacquiao because he knows Pacquiao's a legend and what he's achieved in the sport is on another level to anybody. So he feels by beating Pacquiao, he becomes a legend. I still don't think by beating Pacquiao now, you'll get the credit because obviously people know Pacquiao's not the same fighter. But you can understand why Keith Thurman wants to go in a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Firstly, it will be probably his highest payday. Secondly, he would be beating a legend. And thirdly, he'd probably feel that he's got a lot of physical advantage. He's bigger, he's a natural welterweight, whereas Pacquiao's smaller, not as big. Thurman will probably feel he could knock Pacquiao out, especially now that Pacquiao's old as well. So you can understand. But Keith Thurman's desire of fighting Pacquiao, he wants to fight Pacquiao badly. He mentioned Pacquiao so many times. And the fact that he's not mentioning guys like Crawford and Spence and he's going in against those guys is kind of worrying, because really at Thurman's age and where Thurman is, he should be calling out them guys. He should be looking to fight those guys badly, not Pacquiao, who's 40. You know, because Pacquiao's not considered the best. You know, Spence and Crawford are. So if Thurman's that confident in his skills, he should be saying, you know what, if they're considered the best, I want them next. I want to fight Lopez and I want to go straight in a fight with one of them, whoever. You know, so it kind of worries somebody when you think, worries fans when you think that a guy like Thurman is so desperately wanting to fight Pacquiao. Is he just looking to build his name of that if he can somehow beat Pacquiao? And maybe looks at Pacquiao as an easier fight. Don't get me wrong, I would love the fight because I've even said myself that the fight makes sense for both guys. Thurman's coming off a layoff. Pacquiao's obviously 40, and if he wants to compete with guys like Spence and Crawford, who are considered number 1 and 2, Keith Thurman will be a good yardstick to kind of see where he's at against, if he can match it against those guys, because Thurman is probably considered below them. So it will be great. It's a great fight for both parties, I think. Is Thurman still elite? We'll find out. Is Pacquiao able to compete with the big elite guys still? We'll find out. So it's very interesting. Especially, I think what makes it more interesting is where Thurman is, because we don't know after his injury, after his layoff, we don't know where Thurman is in his career. Is Thurman the same fighter? Because let's not forget, he's been out for 2 years with injury. And when you're out for that long with an injury, let's not forget, like if footballers break their legs, it takes 9 months to a year, right? This has taken 2 years for him to get back. So what kind of injury was he suffering for him to be out for 2 years? So if the injury is that bad, most time when guys break their leg or they break something that is, they're out for so long, they may come back and they're not the same. They're not the same athlete. And it might be the same with Thurman. We just don't know. We'll find out against Lopez if he's the same fighter. Because you got to understand, when you're fighting in the ring, you're punching each other. It's not like, it's a lot of stress on your body. So if there is weakness in your body, it will break down. We saw that with Kell Brook when he broke his orbital bone. You know, the next fight, he ended up, after the Golovkin fight, he fought Spence and he broke it again, because your body's under pressure when you're fighting. You get hit, you're under a lot of pressure. Your body's under a lot of stress. And if there's an area that's weak, it's going to break down. And I think that's the same will happen with Thurman if Thurman's not fully recovered. And this is why, after Lopez, a fight with Pacquiao makes sense, because I think jumping straight to Spence and Crawford, although I think Thurman should be calling those guys out, which he's not, right? A fight with Pacquiao makes sense because it makes sense for both guys, because I don't think after Broner fight, Pacquiao should be jumping in with Spence and Crawford, although he might. And I don't think Thurman should be jumping in with Spence and Crawford. I think they need to fight each other and to find out who probably number 3 is. And once that's done, right, once that fight happens, then the winner of that fight can fight one of them too, because then it would make sense. But I do think it's a great fight. I do think it's a fight that makes sense for both. If you were to ask me who I would probably lean towards, I would probably lean towards Pacquiao because with Thurman is the unknown. Pacquiao, although he's old and he's been active, he's been fighting regular, and I just think he'd have the advantage. And I think stylistically, he probably is a bit dangerous for someone like Keith Thurman. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think, and let me know why you think Keith Thurman's got such a desire to fight Pacquiao. What is it? What is his desire? I think it's the fact that he feels that he can become a legend by beating a legend. But will he get the credit if he does beat Pacquiao at where Pacquiao is in the stage of his career? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.